Hello once again, Star Wars and Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba. I do have a bit of an unboxing to get to, but before I do, at the time of this recording, I have just been informed by looking on the internet that the Galactic Star Cruiser, the Halcyon, in Walt Disney World, Florida, is closing. And will have their final voyage on the 28th of September. It is very, I don't quite know how to feel. I'm certainly not mixed feelings. I'm in most cases very sad. I think thinking about the people that are working on the voyage, both the cast members and the talent that works there, and I think about the people who worked so hard to create it. I have not yet been on the Halcyon. I do have a voyage planned, and I will document it, even though there is tons of documentation that is on the internet, and I encourage people to look at it. A lot of people might have been just kind of avoiding it. Maybe they didn't want to know about it because they figured I'll never be able to do it, I'll never be able to afford it, so why should I even bother? You know, that could be very much the case, but I don't know. But the way my mind is going, I wanted to, just help put my thoughts out there into the world, because I feel like there have been a lot of people that have taken very unusual approaches. Some people, it's been very controversial at the beginning of this thing, and I think it's partially because of the price. I think the main pushback was the price. But I got to be honest, I think that the price, which for those who don't know, was between a $4,800 and $6,000 per voyage, ordeal, which, per room. So that's not per person, but you could only do, if you were one person in a room, that's what you paid. So unless you were going with four completely different people that paid their own way, it was a pretty expensive thing. I know some people did that. Some people got together in Facebook groups and said, "Hey, let's get four people. Let's all just go and just put 1/4 of the cost of it." And sure enough, then it's only like $1,200 or $12 to $1,500, which in for what you're getting, that is definitely worth the cost, I think. But the cost of sorry, my brain is moving too fast. The cost aspect, I think when that gate came out before the Halcyon even opened, there was just a lot of pushback. And it wasn't, but I don't think it was held about the Halcyon by itself or anything of that nature. I just think that there was this very long stretch of time that Disney was sadly charging more and more and more for things and really pricing a lot of people out. And I think that there was just an excessive push on that, which frankly I believe Disney is suffering for now. And as also they're struggling finances. They're struggling with finances in that sense, and maybe this might be a result of that. But anyway, I digress. I do think that there were people who have a lot of unnecessary angst about Disney right now, and about Star Wars right now, that kind of like to take some kind of credit for this. They want to say, well, some people, it was like, well, here they go again, talking, only putting it in one area. No one's interested in seeing stuff with Rey and Kylo Ren. They want to see Chewie and Han and Luke, and you had a great idea and you blew it, blah 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 blah. Well, personally, from what I've seen and from the reviews of people that have actually gone on the Star Cruiser voyage, I've seen far more positives than negatives. In fact, a ton of positives. And for those who just like to be judgmental about it, maybe because they can't afford it, maybe because they just didn't want to put that money towards that, and then therefore they would like to make their judgment based on maybe the videos they saw. But as far as I'm concerned, I think that it was something that if you experienced it, you would definitely be, pleasantly surprised. If you experienced it the way that Disney Imagineers wanted you to. It was definitely more interactive. It was definitely not passive. It's not sitting in a hotel with Star Wars theming. That's not what this was, and that's part of the problem. I think the marketing was weird. But then again, I don't know how you could market it the right way. It's so different. It's so unusual, and that's something that I think that Disney doesn't get credit for. They were really working hard to do something completely different. Now, Disney has sent out a press release that's basically saying, we've learned a lot from this, and we have listened to guests, and we talked about what things we can do to move this kind of entertainment forward and provide different types of things in the future. So I don't think we've seen the last of the physical Halcyon. However, I have no idea what it could be. I'm sure for a while. I mean, we have a Destination D coming up. It's like a mini D23 Expo coming up in the fall. I have a feeling we might hear something there. If not, perhaps we'll hear something at the next one. There may be a little bit of a downtime. I've also heard that most of the cast will be reassigned to other places, and we're not going to be seeing a loss of a lot of jobs. So I want to say right now to those that are involved, anyone involved with the creation of or the performance in or the casting in the Galactic Star Cruiser, I congratulate you on the work that you've done, and I hope and pray that there will be some new form of this type of entertainment that will continue with the Star Wars name in that space of some sort, and that you will be involved. As I said, we do have a scheduled voyage. It is going to be in early July. We are very much looking forward to it, and even more so now as it is, we're billing it as the farewell voyages. So we're very excited to get in. We got our costumes ready. We got our storylines ready. We are going to jump in with both feet. We have watched videos, so we are not in the dark about what we need to do and how we can get the best experience out of it. And to that point, we have 2 items here. Okay. Now I say we have 2 items here. I'm hoping, I did not double check this. I'm going to just quickly, it might be 1 item. I want to just quickly check this because I forget if this is something that, okay, that's good. Yeah, let me just, and yes, I think, yeah, they're both good. Okay, yes. These are 2 items that are from 2 Etsy sellers, and I want to quickly give them some props here. One of them, this first one that was in this box, is from Mas Grakis Traders, custom creations from the Outer Rim. Look for them on Etsy. Okay, and I'll even put their, you can pause the screen. They included a QR code, so I'll put that there so you can hopefully pause it and scan it. And what they gave me was, or not gave me, but they actually did what is essentially what they call a greeblie. Now, what's a greeblie? Well, again, for those who don't know, greeblies are essentially items that are little decorative items that have gone on to clothing and to outfits, things of that nature. Okay, so this is how they work. They're magnetized. They have a little strong magnet here. I'll try to demonstrate on my shirt. It's kind of weird, but I will. I put the magnet on the inside. Oh, of course I had reverse polarization. There we go. So, you can just wear it as part of it. Sorry about my microphone. And I'm going to put some of these kind of things on my my clothing, just to give my jacket and my maybe something on like one of my pockets, either on my jacket or in my pant leg or whatever. I'm going to give them, something to kind of use it as just to give it a little more Star Warsy feel. Okay. And in addition, they gave me a nice little sticker, which maybe I'll kind of place that over here. So that's really cool. Now if you go back to some of my videos, I actually purchased a few of these. These are really, really well done. Sometimes they're 3D printed. Sometimes they are, and they're usually hand painted, and they're really fantastic. Now you can make these kind of things yourselves. In fact, I actually did some of this with a cell phone case. I actually used old computer parts. However, I got to say with 3D printing, I like that better for a very simple reason. They are you can make them much softer so that they don't become too rough. Computer parts can be sharp, and when I was making one, it definitely was causing an issue there. But all right, this next one is from from another Etsy seller called Chuck's Off World. Okay, Chuck's Off World. ChucksOffWorld. Okay, and again, now this one is a little bit more special because it is not just a standard kind of a Greebly. Here it is like that, right? See? I mean, right out of like, you would see right on like Han Solo's vest or Boba Fett's backpack, right? But to make things a little bit more special, see if I can. These are actually battery powered, which is awesome. Okay, so now the only thing is I don't know if I have them in there right, so I'm just gonna start them this way, and it's pretty basic. Gotta twist it in there. Yep, there we go. So they're kind of cool little flashing red light, right? Basic stuff. And again, it has 2 sets of magnets, right? So you can put the magnets on, like on your piece, and then do it. Now, battery operated ones are great, except they don't last forever. They last for about 12 hours. So, you know, they basically just twist on things. You take it and you twist it until it turns off. And then the battery can last for a while. So, they also came with a cute little sticker, Jabba's Palace. Okay. So again, you know, a little what I would call bittersweet. You know, these things came in the mail like the day I found out that the Halcyon was closing. Now, that doesn't really mean anything when it comes to the idea of, you know, cosplaying. Cosplaying is something that people do in Galaxy's Edge. That's certainly not anything, you know, unusual. So I am very excited, and now in a very different type of way, for going to the Halcyon. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be doing a massive, like 48 hours of non-stop video or live streaming or anything of that nature. Don't expect that. I'm just going to gather up some key footage, because again, you can watch tons of footage online. You don't need mine, okay? And I'm sure that once we, you know, I'm doing kind of an early July, so nowhere near the actual closing day. I'm sure that the closing one in the end of September is going to be epic, and there's going to be plenty of celebratory stuff going on, okay? I have joined, my wife and I have joined a couple of groups that on Facebook that are people that like to do special things. So we're going to create some specialty items, maybe some stickers or some buttons or something to give out to some of the cast and the crew, you know, kind of a thank you, and maybe to other guests as well. So we're looking forward to that. I'll share that information when we get closer. But so that'll do it for this quick episode. Well, sort of quick episode. Again, I am sad that the Halcyon is closing. I recognize some of the reasons why. I understand that it was, you know, I'm not going to be someone who's going to fake, you know, positivity this is a sad thing too. You know, I feel bad for the people that work it. I feel bad for the people who designed it. I'm sorry. I don't believe it was the thing itself that was not right and it wasn't successful. I think that the lack of keeping this going, some people are calling it a failure. I don't really think that's fair to call it that. I don't think it's a failure. I think that, you know, they created something fantastic. It's just, was the profit margin too high? Was the profit margin too low? Was it not enough? I mean, you know, that's an issue. I mean, this seems like something that was kind of sudden. So maybe there's another new idea. Maybe someone said we could try this, and that would be much better. So they're giving it a few more months, and then they're going to kind of do a hard reset. Again, everyone's going to speculate until they're blue in the face. But I think that we can expect something that's going to happen with this space, and maybe other spaces that will be an even greater adventure. But I'm glad I'm going, and I look forward to sharing this one. And thank you so much for watching, and like and subscribe. Check out all the other content on Red 5 Network. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you, and bright suns.